Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. The stage is set for Saskatoon city councillors to finalize the city's budget for the next 2 years. Councillors will spend 3 or more days looking at more than 100 ways to reduce the upcoming property tax hike. City administration has lent a helping hand, reducing the preliminary 8.2% tax hike down to a 7.4% after finalizing assessment growth. The 2027 tax hike is set at 5.9% for now, with property taxes rising nearly 15% in the last 3 years. Some are hoping for more sustainable increases moving forward.
If we do not change course, these increases will outpace the capacity of the average business owner to pay them or pass them on. And that means we have economic stagnation in this city. And then we are in real trouble.
Councillors will need to eliminate $3.3 million to decrease the property tax hike by 1%. Saskatchewan is facing a surge in drug overdoses, with a recovering addict who's now a frontline worker calling for urgent action. Outreach worker Chantel Huel spent her days connecting with those on the streets of Saskatoon and sees the human toll addictions are having firsthand. After surviving addiction herself, she's now devoted to helping others. She spoke at a recent NDP news conference, questioning government plans to get people the help they need. She says the process to get help with paperwork and lengthy check-in system is causing too many people to fail in the treatment process because they're left waiting and face the real risk of giving up because of the delay, saying barriers are created in the system.
We're losing people. They're falling through the cracks because of judgment, because of shame, because we're not understanding that every person that we meet is actually human and they deserve to live.
UL wants those who want help to be put into treatment beds as soon as possible to increase their chances of success. A new legal precedent has been set regarding financial transparency of band funds. Frog Lake First Nations Trust Fund held revenues from natural resources located on band lands. In 2013, the funds totaled around $102 million, but in 2024, less than $9 million remained in the account. After partnering up with the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, one band member filed a Federal Access to Information Act, was filed to acquire band council resolutions regarding the funds. Indigenous Services Canada initially refused to release the documents, so the matter was brought before federal court. Delegates gathered in Saskatoon this weekend for the Métis Nation Fall Legislative Assembly. The event starting with a grand entry at Prairieland Park, followed by President Glenn McCallum's State of the Nation address. He highlighted major progress in housing, early learning, health supports, and economic growth, reinforced by a new independent report recently released. He's encouraged to see membership in the organization balloon to nearly 40,000 compared to just 2,000 when he took over in 2017. Other positive results include the 11,000 Métis students who attend post-secondary institutions. McCallum says these are promising times for Métis Nation Saskatchewan.
That we are successful. We have businesses, we have programs, and with reconciliation, it's in the hands of the feds in the province to be able to give the right capacity, but it's on our shoulders to be able to do the job that needs to be done.
McCallum says MNS will continue engaging with young people to build the future. Well, Jeff, our friends over in Calgary probably got a little bit of a dose of winter, but by the time I finish this sentence, it's probably melted. Is that heading our direction?
Well, that system is certainly, I'm not sure if it's melted quite yet in Alberta. And I think a lot of the snow that Calgary, Lethbridge, though, Point South got, that's stick-around snow, I'm afraid to say. Yeah, this big low-pressure area is sliding through southern Saskatchewan, southern Alberta, impacting more of sort of a rainy situation in Montana and the Dakotas. But it continues to move southward. Now, probably won't impact Manitoba all that much as it makes its way into the Great Lakes region. But ultimately, we are dealing with not just this bit of snow, but it's going to stick around because why? Because temperatures are just going to keep on getting colder. We'll talk about those chilly numbers later on.
The resurgence of Saskatchewan's film industry is creating opportunities for aspiring actors. Over the weekend, several stars of tomorrow showcased their talent for industry leaders. Wayne Mantika reports.
as much as he loves her or is capable of loving anyone.
It was an evening for Saskatchewan actors to be discovered.
Message tonight is anyone can do it. I mean, we have people that have just started out a few months ago. We've had people that have been in the industry for over 15 years.
Actors hoping to land roles in future films performed before an audience that included film producers seeking talent.
Through auditions, you also discover new people, and I know that we had a few people that really surprised me, and I've never heard of this person or seen this person, and then they're perfect for the role. So.
The actors have been developing skills through classes and coaching at Regina's Bar S Studios.
There are a ton of talented people here, and people don't need to move to Toronto or Vancouver. They can start a career right here. We always say that a career in Saskatchewan film and television is not just possible, it's probable.
Among those assessing the talent was veteran Regina film producer Kevin DeWalt.
You need good actors to make good movies, and events like this is an opportunity to see the kind of young talent, and hopefully there'll be some stars that come out of it.
The return of government incentives is driving demand for homegrown talent. These actors hope to be among the stars who play a role in rebuilding Saskatchewan's film industry. Wayne Mantika, CTV News, Regina.
A man accused of trying to extort a former Saskatchewan MLA has had his charge stayed by the Crown. The trial was set to begin on Monday. However, it was removed from the docket list, according to the Court of King's Bench. Harpinder Bajwa, 36, was charged in 2023 by the Regina Police Service for allegedly extorting former Saskatchewan Party MLA Gary Grewal. RPS stated Grewal told police that he was approached by the suspect, who asked to support him in a local political election process. When Grewal refused, the suspect threatened to cause harm to his personal and professional life. CTV News has reached out to the Ministry of Justice for comment. It's day one of the Canadian Western Agribition in Regina. Saskatchewan's Lieutenant Governor Bernadette McIntyre did this year's ceremonial burning of the brand to kick off Agribition Week. The event features livestock shows, rodeo, vendors, and interactive agricultural education.
Agribition is the salt of Saskatchewan. It is, as our rodeo queen said, it depicts everything that's wonderful about Saskatchewan. The history of agriculture goes hundreds of years back, and it includes everyone.
Canadian Western Agribition runs in Regina through Saturday. When we come back, the Flin Flon Bombers continue to roll in the SJHL regular season. Now they're fundraising to buy a new team bus so that they can travel in comfort. The wheels on the bus go round and round for the Flin Flon Bombers, but they are actually going to be looking at getting a new bus. They're fundraising to do that, and I'm joined by the coach of the Flin Flon Bombers, Mike Reagan. Thanks for joining us today. And Mike, we should start right off by saying, boy, you're off to a good start this season. I think it was first in your division, a few games less than other teams, but the winning percentage is there.
Yeah, you know what? We got off to a great start. We were 6-0 to start the season, and then we actually had a 8-game road trip, we're on the road for 8 straight games and lost 6 in a row. So it went, we got back to 500 pretty quick there, but I think we're 9-1-1 in our last 11 here. So yeah, it's been a good stretch here. It's funny how things can turn around real quick.
It was 2 home games that one of them had a line brawl. I think the other one was filled with penalty minutes. So it seems you guys are making things tough on visiting teams as well.
Well, the Whitney Forum's always a tough place to play for visitors, and not a lot of teams like to come up the Hanson Lake Road 3 hours without cell service. So, we kind of get in their heads right off the get-go. But, yeah, a little bit heated rivals with Humboldt and Melfort over the last couple of years. We've played them a lot in the playoffs, so also jockeying for position quite a bit throughout the last couple of years. And, it's good to see the adrenaline and the passion by both teams. And, as we were mentioning off air, our fans don't mind it at all.
Let's get into the real meat of this interview. We got to get a new bus for the Bombers. How long has your old bus been in service? And give me a little bit of detail on that.
Well, I think the bus is in 1998, and we got it about 11 or 12 years ago. I can't remember now. It's been so long, and it seems like we're doing repairs on it all the time. And like I mentioned, without cell service for 3 hours, in the middle of winter when it's minus 40, it can be pretty dangerous. If you have a breakdown on the side of the road. And obviously, we've got some precautions put in place if something like that was to happen. But it's getting to the point where this bus is not reliable as it once was, and for us financially, we need a bus. It's pretty tough to run an organization if you're spending over $100,000 a year on travel when we got to charter a bus or anything like that. So the life of the team goes through the bus there. So the fundraising efforts have been tremendous so far, and we're excited about the support that we have had.
And so is there maybe some creature comforts that you guys are looking for in this new bus? Is maybe an extended coach's lab or, kind of a hammock at the front there for the coaches? Or what are some of the main details in a good bus?
Well, the older I get, the harder it is to sleep on the bus. But, we won't be too picky. We're looking for just a regular coach, 52 seats and something that's reliable. I think that's the most important thing. And obviously, we spend more nights on the road than any other team in the league. So comfort's important. We have looked at a couple buses out in Alberta. But it sounds like it's easy just to go out and purchase a bus, but there's not a lot of them out there, to be honest with you. And when you're talking about a brand new bus, you're looking at anywhere between $750,000 to $1 million. So we're looking for something that's going to be in the $300,000 to $400,000 range. And like I said, our fundraising efforts just kicked off on Friday, I believe, and it's been a good weekend so far. We've raised over $18,000 to this date on the GoFundMe, and we've also got people that are wanting to sponsor the bus and businesses and that sort of thing. So the response has been really good.
And if anyone is interested in making a donation or lending their support, how or where can they do that? Is there? You mentioned the GoFundMe. Is that the best place to go?
Well, it's funny because there's a lot of people that maybe aren't, into the GoFundMe, and they do take a percentage for sure. We have had private donations that they can just email Flin Flon Bombers at mymts.net, or anybody can contact me. My number's on the website there, and we can take care of it. But as far as sponsorship goes, same thing. Just email the Bombers or Mike Reagan39 at hotmail.com, and we can set you up with a package.
We're going to let you go, Mike.
I appreciate that.
There you go. Mike Reagan, head coach of the Flin Flon Bombers, on a tear this year, looking to fill a new bus. Still ahead, Jeff breaks down the weather for this week. And later, World Antimicrobial Awareness Week has students sharing their knowledge. Jeff of Little Faith in the Chinook Arch. I'm telling you, within a day, that whole snow in Calgary.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You could be right, but we are into, come on, almost December now, and for snow to necessarily be hit with the great, with a nice, as you say, a nice Chinook like that, melting everything. I'm just not sure, but maybe Calgary will be spared. Maybe, but in other parts of Alberta, it looks like this snow is going to be sticking around because the temperatures are going to be on the cold side. So we'll have to wait and see, young fella. -4 degrees, as you can see what's going on there. I think this is the wrong thing that's queued up here. Yeah, well, we can tell you about that, what's going on. There we go. That's what I want to see. As you see, we can take a quick look at what's going on in and around our area. Taking a look at the future cast. We can show you that we happen to have a lot of active weather out on Canada's west coast. A bit of a break, but they are going to be having another system coming through. So certainly some moisture. If your travel plans are taking out that way, that's going to make a big difference. And we are keeping our eye on this system. This system. It's sliding southward now. That low is actually going to meet up with another low and really impact parts of Ontario. If your travel plans are taking you out to, let's say, Toronto or something like that, maybe not so bad. But in northern Ontario, Some places, Timmins, Kapuskasing, Wawa, they may be seeing up to 40 centimeters of snow. So we'll have to wait and see how that shapes up. And as we were mentioning earlier on, some of the ski hills have opened up in British Columbia, but we'll have to wait and see what the conditions are going to be like as we go along. And actually up around Whistler, they've been getting a lot of snow. So that's not Whistler, but in the Sunshine area. So taking a look at what the things look like overnight, we've got ourselves -9 degrees in Spiritwood, -11 in Battlefords, -9 in Candle Lake, -9 in Birch Hills, -8 in Roster, -7 in Nipawin, and -8 in Melfort. And generally speaking, clearing skies, but we might see some fog patches showing up. And then for Spiritwood, -5 tomorrow, -5 as well in Birch Hills and Melfort, -6 in the Battlefords, -4 in Candle Lake, Rostern, and Nipawin. On to Prince Albert's detailed forecast, -9 with increasing clouds overnight and winds out of the northwest 10. Tomorrow, the winds 150. No, that's not going to be the case. Winds are going to be west 10 and mainly cloudy skies, -4. Yeah, not quite that windy. -7 degrees on Wednesday, -9 on Thursday, -8 on Thursday. Friday, -10, and you can see this trend, folks. -11 on Saturday, a cold Sunday, -16 degrees, bouncing back, but still way below seasonal on Monday, -11 degrees.
Well, there you go. If you hear that, Brittany Hudak, come on back to Saskatchewan because there's probably going to be a nice blanket of snow for training. There you go.
Be, yeah.
Well, from one sport to the other, the University of Saskatchewan Huskies played for the Vanier Cup on Saturday in Regina, a chance to become the first province to win a Grey Cup, a Canadian Bowl for junior football, and a Vanier Cup in the same season. 6 days after the Riders beat the Alouettes for the Grey Cup, Saskatchewan and Montreal battled again. For the Huskies, it was about winning for quarterback Anton Amandrud, who left the team mid-season after being diagnosed with lymphoma. This time, Montreal came out on top with a 30-16 victory. It's a tough loss for the U of S, who made it 2 and lost the Vanier Cup 3 of the last 5 years.
We wanted nothing more than to bring that trophy back to that guy. Unfortunately, we're gonna be coming empty-handed, but we're bringing a lot of love to him. So
I've got time to reflect on the season yet. It still stings right now, so not feeling great, but proud of the guys nonetheless. We fought, we battled hard, and yeah, thinking of A's obviously right now. Man, wish we could have done it for him. But man, I love that guy. Thinking of him.
It is the second title in 3 years for Montreal, and the past 4 years have been won by teams in Quebec, with Laval being the other one, winning in 2022 and 2024. 20 Canadians are set to take the field next spring as part of the inaugural season of the Women's Pro Baseball League. Garrett Barry on the Canadians making baseball history.
With the 14th overall pick in the Women's Pro Baseball League draft,
three Canadian pitchers were among the league's top picks when the 4 Women's Pro Baseball League teams claimed their first ever players in the league's first ever draft.
Pretty cool that I can say my daughter's a professional baseball player.
Among them, St. John's-born Jada Lee. She was the first woman to pitch in the Canada Summer Games, and now the youngest pitcher picked in the first round of this WPBL draft. A full circle moment for her mom, Amanda, who remembers Jada being brave enough to say she wanted to play professional baseball when she was just 13.
Any girl who wants to play in the major league, stand up. Now I'll get emotional. And she jumped up, and of course you're like, oh, that's so cute. Like, you know, oh, it's nice to dream that, but you don't ever think it's going to happen, and now it's happened.
This new league will start play next August at a ballpark in Springfield, Illinois. It was co-founded by Keith Stein, CEO of the Toronto Maple Leafs of the Inter-County Baseball League.
Ali Schroeder.
The Canadian influence doesn't stop there. 20 Canadian women in total, many of them current or former national team players, are among this league's initial draft class.
You'd have to think that instead of, you know, maybe 150 or 200 really skilled women across Canada, that pool now will be 2,000 in 30 years or 40 years, right?
The salaries in the league are modest, at least in the first year, just $6,000 US per player on average. But for Lee's father, it's a step towards growing the women's game, which he says is in dire need of places to play and goals to reach for. Garrett Barry, CTV News, St. John's.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
Some grad students from the University of Regina shared their knowledge about microbes for World Antimicrobial Awareness Week. Several U of R students set up various stations at the Saskatchewan Science Centre to help make microbe learning fun while bringing attention to an important topic. With DNA sampling stations, microscopes, and more, they were able to share their research with participants of all ages.
This entire week, there is activities across the world highlighting antimicrobial awareness and resistance in general. It's some event that we also held last year, and it's just to try to expand and get more people aware of antimicrobial resistance, and then we'll continue to build on this event each year.
The team of student scientists say they plan to continue their research and share their findings in a fun way.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
A big day, or actually, I guess last week was the big day, Jeff, but Wanuskewin Heritage Park has won an award for Indigenous tourism. The 2025 Canadian Tourism Awards were last week in Gatineau, Quebec, honoring the best in a range of categories in the tourism industry. Wanuskewin was the winner of the Indigenous Tourism Award for excellence in delivering authentic, innovative, and meaningful cultural experiences. Saskatchewan had 9 finalists across multiple categories, a record-setting year for the province. Wanuskewin says this award helps fuel its journey toward a UNESCO World Heritage designation. And I know, Jeff, you've probably been there a handful of times. I know I've been there. And
well, I was going to say to Gatineau, Quebec. Oh, you mean to Wanuskewin? Yes, yes.
Although I've been there before too, but definitely I enjoy my time. Anytime you're out there, you just get a feel for exactly what they're trying to do.
It's very, very impressive, and also great to see Andrew McDonald there, the one of the co-CEOs out there holding that trophy. So really nice.
There you go, and congrats to the U of S Huskies. The line of scrimmage doesn't move in this province.